Families of transgendered children and 2 transgendered young adults are already suing the U.S. Department of Justice and the U.S. Attorney General to try to stop them from forcing NYU Langone to hand over sensitive information about gender-affirming care. And now there are concerns about Mount Sinai as well.
Literally shaking with rage and fear.
Dawn Gabriel said her 17-year-old child had been receiving gender-affirming care at Mount Sinai for the past 2 years until February, when the health system told her it was discontinuing such services for minors. And then she got this phone call.
I get this call yesterday from a social worker who tells me he is very sad to inform me that Mount Sinai will be releasing my child's medical records to the federal government. He doesn't have very many details. He can't provide me more information than that. He gives me a number to call. I call the number, and no one calls back.
Dawn Gabriel, Manhattan Borough President Brad Hoylman Siegel, and City Council member Carl Wilson held a news conference outside of Mount Sinai West to demand that Mount Sinai be more transparent and more sensitive to the parents and children involved in gender-affirming care.
This is so troublesome that parents are being put in the position of having to protect their children without clarity, without adequate information, without support from hospital administration.
They are weaponizing this to further divide our community during Pride Month. It is unbelievably insulting.
A spokesperson from Mount Sinai said because this is an ongoing legal matter, they could only make this statement: "We are committed to safeguarding our patients' privacy. Unfortunately, we have been subpoenaed by the federal government to share some of our patients' records. The New York State Shield law requires that we notify patients when we receive a subpoena like this in the event that the records are ultimately produced. If we are ultimately required to produce records, our current plan is to provide only de-identified information with all patient-identifying details removed." Now, officials involved in the lawsuit say it's a class action suit, so it can easily include Mount Sinai. A federal judge has set an emergency hearing for June 22nd and delayed the release of any medical records until June 24th.